So a St. Louis County judge by the name of Carolyn Whittington made the decision to extend the deadline that the grand jury has to decide whether to charge the Ferguson police officer by the name of Darren Willson with the death of an unarmed teenager by the name of Michael Brown. Uh, Michael Brown was shot to death by Darren Willson on August 9th after a confrontation. The autopsy report showed he was shot at least 6 times from the front, with at least one shot in the head. So the cop was shooting the guy while he was falling to the ground. It's just murder, and the fact that they need a grand jury to decide whether to charge him with murder is fucked up. It makes justice a joke, and as since he is going to we all know that this grand jury is going to decide that Darren Willson is innocent, like all other cops, like majority of the cops. There are a few cops who have been charged with murder for killing people, but most of the time, majority of the time, probably about 90% of the time, cops get away with murdering people because they have all their other corrupt gang buddies protecting them and saying that yeah, they were all justified. And then you even have judges and other people in courts and stuff like that who will also protect police officers because they're part of their little gang. That's all the police are nowadays is gang members who get away with everything. At least with the regular street gangs, if one of them attacked you, you could at least get some kind of justice against them. Take them to court or whatever. But since it's the police, you really don't have that option anymore. Fucking cop comes into your house, busts down your door without a warrant. They can kill you, and if you try to fight back, it's considered resisting arrest or whatever, and it's fucking all on you. It's all fucked up, and it shouldn't be this way. I mean, there is no way to protect yourself against the people who are supposed to protect you. So now people pretty much have to live in fear of the police at all times because police officer can just come do whatever and get away with it. It's all fucked up. And what's even more fucked up that there are so many supporters of this guy, Darren Willson, and they're having fundraisers for him, and he's making thousands of dollars just because he murdered a person. It's no other person can get this kind of benefit. There is no citizen that can go out and murder a cop and then get thousands and thousands of dollars for murdering that cop. What would happen is you would be hunted down and killed, like the police officer who was supposedly accused of killing the police chief or the police chief's daughter or whoever. Forgot who it was now, but it was a black police officer trying to expose the corruption of the police. And what the police did was they accused him of doing something, and then they burned him alive in a cabin. Instead of after cornering him, and instead of arresting him and taking him to jail, they burned him alive. And there's like audio of them, saying just burning down and stuff. The cops could have easily gone into the cabin and taken the guy out, but nah, let's just burn him alive. You don't want him exposing our corruption, which the more cops behave in such a manner like this, the more people are going to be pissed off and want to take justice into their own hands. Especially now that police are being given fucking military weapons and shit. It's stuff that they don't need. They're supposed to be protectors of the peace, not instigators of violence, not murderers. They're not there to fight the citizens as enemies now, which is now how they think. I mean, when you're given military weapons and you think that the United States is a battlefield, you're going to see all other citizens, you're going to see all the citizens as enemies and that it's okay to kill them because they're enemies, and that all your little police gang members are just your friendly people, and that you have to protect them and yourself. It's fucked up, and stuff like this needs to end. Police need to, anytime a police officer murders a person, they need to be sent to jail and charged with murder, not given paid leave and then decide that if they murdered a person or not. It's all fucked up, and it's no wonder there's more and more reports of vigilante justice against the police. I read one article where a guy killed one police officer and then injured another, and whenever the police were, changing routines or whatever, and they went in and shot one of them and injured the other. What's likely going to happen is that the police are going to hunt that guy down and kill him, and but if it was the other way around, where a cop killed the citizen to begin with, the cops would have been let off scot-free. But since it's a citizen killing a cop, no, you can't kill one of their gang members without, fucking retribution by the cops. It's all fucked up.